everyone, and happy Valentine's Day. Welcome in. This is your reading for Wednesday, February 14th, and we will take a look and see what all energies are wanting to come through from God, Spirit, the Divine, and what it is that you need to know for today. Also, in a little bit later this morning, I will be posting a little bit of it'll be a quick video, a pick your pile, and it'll be specifically love and relationships. So I do have 3 different oracle decks. I have the romance oracle deck, which I'm using here, but then I also have one that's a twin flame one, and then a hidden truth love message oracle type of one. And so I'll pair that with some regular tarot cards, but that'll just be a quick little love reading for those of you interested in that. But let's take a look and see what all messages are coming through. Also, I did post the videos for the second half of February by sign grouping, so make sure to check those out if you wanted a little bit more in-depth look at what is in store for the second half of the month. All right, so overall energy for the collective, we have the Devil in reverse, we have the 5 of Pentacles, and then we also have the 10 of Swords. So the Devil in reverse energy, this is about standing up and overcoming some of these things that are trying to pull you off your path. So, that's actually, it's a good card. Usually the devil like that is what is trying to keep you from your path. So you are moving past that. So you do have a little bit of that sense of moving beyond what has been keeping you off your path. Like you're breaking free from those sorts of cycles. Your 5 of Pentacles, though, is kind of that feeling of exhaustion and kind of out in the cold. So the 5 of Pentacles in the traditional deck, it's the 2 people, one of them's kind of like limping along with a little cane and they're out in the cold. With this one, you can see her, she's, oh, the plates are breaking. So it's that sort of energy. And then your 10 of Swords is that energy of betrayal and exhaustion. And so with that, it has this air of being defeated because, depending on the deck, it's, all 10 of the swords are in the back on this person. And so there's this energy of just being exhausted. Why aren't things coming together the way I want them to? So you're, it's you're starting to get that freedom, but it has a cost. And the cost is it's taking a lot of effort to get there. But I guess the positive spin on that is that you are breaking free. You are cutting loose from these things that have been weighing on you. But I guess the ramification of that is it's not this immediate sense of, everything's fine and wonderful now because I've broken free. There is kind of that recovery period of, oh my gosh. And depending on which way you're looking at it, it's kind of if you look at it, the Devil in reverse came out first, that happened first, or when you just put them all together, it's almost kind of you're tired of being out in the cold and being separated from your blessings, separated from your abundance, and you're tired of feeling just exhausted and that sense of betrayal and defeat. And so you're tired of this scenario. So it's all right, I'm breaking free from all of this nonsense that's holding me looping through this cycle. So I would say that that's probably the better way to look at it, but just keeping in mind that yes, you're breaking free, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the second you do that everything is coming up roses. There's going to be a little bit of that sense of, okay, I finally made that. So, if you've just run a big race or fought a big fight, yes, there's, the sweet initial victory, but then you kind of have a little bit of a crash afterwards, and it's okay, and now I'm back up. But overall, good message is there. So let's start with our air signs. That is our Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What specifically wants to come through for you for today on the 14th? Death in reverse. So your death in reverse, this is this resistance to change. So you're resisting this positive change that's coming in. There's this energy of breaking free, but there's still kind of some fears and doubts that are holding you looping in here. And so there's a little bit of that's going on for today for you. But let's see what else is coming through. Because with these being your daily card pulls, that's just kind of like the overall energy for the day. That doesn't mean like you're stuck forever in this cycle. And it says, your dreams need a practical plan. That was your flipper card or jumper card. And then we have, what do you need to release? I also want to pull a timing card, because since it looks like this is turning the corner and there's this sense of resisting these positive changes that want to come in, let's see, when is it that you release this hold on, resisting that positive change? So, once you fully surrender to the divine. So right now it's like there's that energy of, I want these blessings, I want to move past this, but I'm not really quite sure, and it's like this need to control the situation. But have that faith, have that confidence in the divine that that the divine is working behind the scenes, and there's changes that are happening, and know that you are protected, that this is for a reason, and let some of these changes happen. Let some of these things that are causing you to feel out in the cold and separated from your blessings, and let these things that are leaving you feeling betrayed and exhausted, let those things go. Break free from that, and then you'll be in that happier state. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So that card is coming out however that resonates with you. Okay. And sometimes too, when this card, this freedom, this breaking free, sometimes it's breaking free of a pattern where you're contributing to a problem. Sometimes there's that sense of, if I just try harder, if I do more, that's going to fix the problem. And it's kind of counterintuitive. Sometimes you need to try less to make the other person rise up and put more effort in. So when it's saying make the effort, that doesn't mean just pour time, attention, money into a situation. It's thinking about, the big picture and what is it that you're being called to do. So the jumper card there was Isolde, which is undying love. The love you have shared is eternal, regardless of the situation. So that's that reminder. And Ishtar, boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. And so this picture, by the time we put these three together, what's coming through is this message of, we'd had the Four of Pentacles in reverse coming up an awful lot, which was about putting forth all this effort and, this generous giving of your time and your resources and your energy and your money. And, confusing that with advancing the relationship. So at work, we used to say, don't confuse activity with accomplishment. And so this whole thing of like this undying love and setting boundaries, sometimes the most loving thing to do is to set those boundaries, because it's like this make an effort, like I said, doesn't mean Four of Pentacles make an effort energy. It means seeing the big picture. What is it that needs to happen to bring this into balance, to bring it into alignment, and then being strong enough to do that. So sometimes being strong enough to do that means energetically shifting out of that Four of Pentacles energy, even though that sometimes seems counterintuitive. The Four of Pentacles in reverse energy. All right, let's take a look at our fire signs. So that is our Aries, Leo, Sag. What wants to come through for you? The Empress. Okay, so the Empress energy, and it's weird because I don't read these in reverse. And so I just thought of that with air signs. I was reading that one in reverse because I'd been doing all the other stuff. But just the way it goes. So the Empress energy, this is sitting in that loving, nurturing, kind of like divine feminine type of energy. And that's something that, it's about creativity and abundance and just letting that flow. And that will break you out of this cycle. So if you're feeling left out, like out in the cold and feeling like you've been betrayed, it's coming across that, or it's reading to me that it's more of an issue of you've been in masculine energy trying to control a certain situation, and the way you break free of that cycle is through love, like just letting the love flow. Stop trying to block the love from coming out the way it needs to. This is luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius. So again, having that message of faith in the divine, faith in divine timing and planning, and that things will be working out for you. And then it's safe for you to love. So open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So it's kind of like you're stuck in an unhappy situation and you've been trying to manage it with, you know, I'll call it that cold masculine energy, when really you need to break free from that situation because that situation isn't serving you. It's not making you happy. And so move forward with love into a different situation. So it's not reading that you need to dump more love and energy into this. It's recognize that this is what it is and, you know, make a change. All right. Whoops. That was a couple cards there. Let's take a look at the goddess energy here. Well, I pulled two, so I'll read them both. Athena, inner wisdom. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. And then Mawu, Mother Earth. You are called upon to help with environmentalism. So the environmentalism, I have not seen that card come out before. But with this inner wisdom, it's kind of like you know what the situation is. You know you need to break out of it because of this exhaustion and betrayal, and it's not rewarding. So Five of Pentacles, that energy, it's not like, oh, today I feel like it's a hard day, or this past month has been a struggle for me. It's kind of like that sense of this is an unfulfilling chapter in my life, and life is all about chapters, you know, so some chapters are happy, some chapters are sad, some chapters are learning chapters, and it's kind of like this chapter is just leaving you unfulfilled and betrayed, and it's kind of like, all right, let's turn the page. Let's go on to the next one. Set a different tone. Set the next chapter with love. All right, so now we are on to our earth signs. That is going to be our Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. What do we have? We have the moon. So the moon card is all about lies and deceit and illusions and trickery. So it's kind of that subconscious, and, you know, you're feeling out in the cold and feeling betrayed because frankly, it comes across that you have been betrayed. There has been, you know, lies and deceit and kind of that what's happening by the dark of night type of thing is prevalent in this, and that is the heart of your betrayal, of your feeling betrayed right now, of feeling stabbed in the back. When you look at the red ring and the red there, that's what's going on, but you're breaking free from that situation. So let's take a look at the moon card. Your commitment is being tested. Now with this, you know, and it can read either way. You know, you've got kind of the purples in there. So sometimes you can take this how it's resonating with you. The sense of your commitment to your current situation is being tested. Like, oh, am I committed to forgiving my partner if there's been these lies and betrayals and things like that? Am I committed enough to that relationship to forgive them? There's also the commitment is being tested. Like, how committed are you to self-love, to living your highest purpose? You know, how committed are you to living a life true to yourself and one that makes you happy? Or are you going to slip back into patterns? You know, so, and I read something, I can't remember the exact quote, but it was something to the effect of, you know, everyone's human and everyone makes mistakes. You can forgive a mistake if it happens once. If it's happening over and over again, it's a pattern, and patterns aren't to be forgiven, patterns need to be broken, or something to that effect. So retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So this situation where you're feeling locked out of your blessings and you're feeling betrayed, it's pushing you. You really need to get away from everything. You need to separate yourself from that situation so that you can more clearly look at it. If the situation is meant to be for you, taking a break from it to be able to see it clearly is not going to change that. If it's not meant for you, taking a break and seeing it clearly will help break that pattern and that cycle. Maevi, I guess. Cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. So that's one of the things in spiritualism that sometimes it's kind of that, oh, well, I should be this even-keeled, everything's wonderful all the time. That's not necessarily the case. There's a purpose for all of your emotions. So honor the fact. If you're feeling, if you're feeling betrayed, if you're feeling angry, let that flow, because it's pointing to something that needs to be addressed. So just trying to stifle it so that you're this even keel zen, like all the time, isn't productive. Like, you need to be able to see what those different cycles are, what those different rhythms are, what's triggering you being unhappy. How often are you being triggered to be unhappy? Like, everyone gets unhappy, and within the relationship, you should have the ability to go through those cycles without it being majorly disruptive. But if it's, unhappy, a little bit of happy, unhappy, a little bit, like, that's totally different than, oh, you're usually happy, little unhappy. Usually happy, little unhappy. It's totally different. So watch what that rhythm is so that you can address it accordingly or act accordingly. All right. Last but not least are water signs. The Hermit. So this is that self-imposed period of reflection. And so your approach here, feeling, it's examining, why do I feel like I'm being locked out of my blessings? Why do I feel like I'm getting, the short end of the stick and that I'm struggling so much? So it's good. It's having that self-reflection to figure out why do I feel that way? In what areas am I feeling that way? So that you can address that. Then we have the answers you need are coming. And that's going to be as a result of this reflection. So you can see the blues over there. So the answers are there. And it says full moon in Gemini. And remember, Gemini is all about communication. And so look for that. The communication part is key, but the answers that you need are coming. The card that flipped was playfulness. And to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. And then heart-to-heart conversation. So like I was saying, communication. Honestly discuss your feelings with others. But some of this is a matter of you need to sit in this energy to figure out what those feelings are so that you can have more meaningful communication. And let's take a look at your Goddess card. Kuan Yin. Compassion. Release judgment about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. So this is that whole thing of balancing out, having that compassion and understanding, but you also have to have compassion for yourself. So don't continue to put yourself in situations that are unhealthy, that are not nurturing, that are not serving your highest good. And you can remove yourself from situations without judgment and just purely making it about you, that this is not in my highest good to be in this situation, so I need to make a change. But you can do that compassionately. So that is the message that's coming through for water signs. So I hope today's message has been helpful. And as always, take only what resonates and leave the rest behind. And I wish you peace and joy along your journey. Until next time.